Hello friends, thanks for tuning into this week's marketing video. I've had a lot of people that struggle with the cover images for LinkedIn. And that's the image banner kind of thing that's across your profile photo, your personal LinkedIn account, and also the company page if you're maintaining a company page on LinkedIn. And I wanted to do a quick video today to talk about the image dimensions that are required for those images. And that usually, right there, just the idea of image dimensions, people tune out. They're like, oh, that's too technical for me. But it's really not. And so I wanted to show you exactly how to do this stuff so that it's very easy for you. And why it matters is people put images up there all the time and they're not the required image specifics. And so they get resized by LinkedIn and the web browser and all that stuff, so they become a little muddy and they're not as crisp as they could be. So the idea here is if you resize the image and do any additional work that you want to, maybe you overlay your logo on it or something like that. If you do that work outside of LinkedIn and get it to the exact right dimensions and then upload it to your personal LinkedIn account or your company page cover photo, it will look exactly as you meant it to look across devices, with some caveats. But the important thing is you don't want to just let it be resized by LinkedIn. So the dimensions that are, I'll put this up on the screen, the dimensions for your personal LinkedIn cover photo are 1,584 pixels wide by 396 pixels tall. And for your LinkedIn company page, it's a little different. It's 1,128 pixels wide and 191 pixels tall. And those are good as of 2022, those dimensions. And so I'm going to go into really quickly exactly, I set up a test account on LinkedIn and I'm going to walk you through grabbing a royalty-free image from Pixabay, resizing it using whatever your favorite image editor is, and there's a bunch of free ones out there if you don't have one, and then uploading that to your LinkedIn account. Step one, let's go to pixabay.com and look for images related to Kansas City. So I'll just type in Kansas City and here's a bunch that come up. I will scroll through and find one that I want to use for the cover image for my personal LinkedIn profile. So let's say I like this one. It's a little bit dark, early evening, that kind of thing. So I'm going to do a free download by clicking this green button over here to the side. And I'm going to choose the biggest image possible. Actually, 1920 by 1280 is going to fit within the recommended dimensions. So we'll just download that one, 1920 by 1280 download. I have to prove I'm not a robot and download. Step two is to open the image that you just downloaded in whatever image editing program you have installed on your PC or your Mac. I have Photoshop. There's a free version of Photoshop Elements or something like that you can download from the Windows App Store, lots of different things. So whatever image editor that you use. Now we understand that we want this profile cover photo for LinkedIn to be 1,584 pixels wide by 396 pixels tall. So this gets people into trouble all the time. And the simple way to do this is to start by getting your width correct. So we're going to do 1,584 pixels. So in Photoshop, I will do image size, and then I will get this little dialog that comes up and I will say, hey, I want this to be 1,584 pixels wide. And then I say, okay. And it's now set the width properly for the required image dimension. The next thing I need to do is set the height to 396 pixels. So there's a couple ways that you can do that. You could simply come in here and do image canvas size if you're using Photoshop, and then just crop the height exactly to 396 pixels. And by default, it's going to center that around the middle. I'll proceed, and it's not necessarily getting the slice that I want. So the simplest thing for me, what I like to do is actually crop it. So I take this tool in Photoshop, the crop tool, and every image editor has this crop tool that lets you drag in the top and the bottom. So you can see right now, you might be able to see that on the screen, that was 680 some pixels. And as I'm dragging these edges together, I'm looking to get to 396, right? So there's, let's see, 396 is right about there. Boom. So there's my image that is the right dimensions for a LinkedIn cover photo. So then I will save that, and I'm going to save this as a different name because I don't want to overwrite my original image. So I'll save this out as, instead of that, I'll say cropped or something like that, just so I know that that's different. That way, if I don't like the way that this looks when I upload it into LinkedIn, I could come back and crop it differently and not have to re-download the full-blown image again. And the third step is to log into your LinkedIn profile and upload that image that you've now resized. So you'll see I set up a test account in LinkedIn, and I will go to, I've logged in, and I will choose me, view profile. So there's my profile. I don't have a cover image at this point. So I will click the little camera icon up here, and then I will choose upload photo, and I will navigate to where I saved that resized image. Here it is right here, and I'll click open. And because it's exactly the right dimensions, I don't have to do any zoom, straightening, resizing, dragging, any of that kind of stuff to make this work. So then I will then choose apply. And there it is. That is now my new cover image. And that's it. And I know that there's going to be plenty of people that say, but Jason, I can simply upload the full-blown image and then LinkedIn lets me drag that thing around and crop it and do all of this other stuff. That's true. But my experience is that if you maintain control over that image from the get-go and image resize it yourself, the results are almost always better than letting LinkedIn do the work for you. So I hope this was helpful, and I hope you'll tune in again next week when I come out with I think next week I'm going to do a tech tip on whitelisting accounts and domains in Google. So anyway, I'll see you soon. Thanks for tuning in.